are live from LA. I'm Jenny Tachi with Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. Good morning. Good morning.
Hey, Skip.
Big smiles.
Bring on
Shannon.
the Lakers and the Nets. How about it? It's over. Let's just get this out of the way. Let's just go Lakers-Nets. I'm ready.
Hold on. You done skipped over Portland. You done skipped over Utah, possibly Memphis. You done skipped over all them.
Unfortunately, I skipped over the Clippers.
We're going to talk about them in a minute. We're going to talk about them in a minute.
Yeah, we are going to talk about them in a minute. Let's talk about what we saw last night, or what we didn't see from the Suns. They could only score 95 points against the Lakers last night, allowing, yes, LA to take a 2-1 series lead. Jay Crowder, who lost to the Lakers in the finals last year when he played for the Heat, caught Lakers fans' attention this week when he liked a tweet suggesting that Anthony Davis's championship ring is fake. And things got chippy in the fourth quarter when Crowder challenged LeBron to a one-on-one and then was later ejected. Oh, that moment. Shannon, do you believe LeBron had a little something extra for Crowder last night?
No, LeBron doesn't get up too high for very many guys, Skip. It's kind of like, look, I'm not going to put on my Sunday best. I'm not going to be on my best behavior to be my girl's best friend. Now, for her parents, you best believe. Hey, Skip, coming like this here, Skip. Come on, ma'am. How you doing? It's so nice to meet you. I've heard so many things about you.
That's never worked for you before, has it?
No. Skip, you know LeBron doesn't really get too high. He stays out of moments like this. Obviously, he knows what Kevin Durant or Giannis or some of these other guys represent. But Jay Crowder, Skip, Jay Crowder's had a very difficult time beating LeBron come playoff times. He's what, 3-15, 3-18, something like that? He's lost twice to him in Boston.
4-14.
Oh, 4-14.
Close enough.
So he's lost twice to him when he was in Boston.
Did.
He lost to him last year in Miami.
Yeah.
Now remember, Jay Crowder was a teammate that got traded in 2018 at the deadline.
Played how many games? Like 53 games with him.
So maybe he holds Bron culpable, like, well, at least I would have went to a championship had I stayed on that team. And he's like, well, LeBron didn't want me there. So maybe he holds something like that against him. But I don't believe LeBron looks at it like, oh, scenic? Man, they got Jay Crowder. I better be on my best behavior. I don't think that's how LeBron approaches the game. I just think, Skip, we saw AD block Devin Booker's shot late in the second half. And he came down awkward.
Late in the first half.
Late first half, excuse me. And he came down awkwardly on his knee. And I'm like, that didn't look good. Because, you know, he's hobbling back up the court. He limps off, and then you see him come back out, and he got his knee wrapped. And so I'm thinking, LeBron is thinking, man, I don't know how much longer I'm going to have AD. AD seems hurt. He went to attack. Skip, he ain't set up for no jumper. He's like, I'm going to the rim. I'm getting to the rack. Mikal Bridges, ain't nothing you can do. I'm getting to the rack, Jay Crowder, there's nothing you can do. And he got to the rack, and all of a sudden it seemed to reinvigorate AD because he became even more aggressive than he was in the first half in the third quarter. Because I think he had like 18 points in the third quarter. So I don't think LeBron got up for Jay Crowder. I do believe LeBron understood the magnitude of this moment. Make sure we maintain that we took home court from them. Let's not let them seize that back. AD could possibly be hurting. I don't want to be in a situation where we're down 1-2 going into Sunday and don't know how healthy I'm going to have AD. So I love what I saw from LeBron, the aggressiveness in the third quarter. Because, Skip, if you think about it, the first half, he didn't drive the ball not one time. I don't think he got within, what, a couple of feet of the basket. Other than that, shot a three. The first shot, that three was pure too. Looked good, didn't it, Skip?
That was
that is not your turn. It's not your turn.
1 of 5.
It's not your turn.
1 of 5?
It's not your turn.
That was pure garbage.
That first one looked good. But no, Skip, I do not believe he got up for Jay Crowder. He just understood the moment of the ball game, and he took advantage of it.
I cannot tell you how much I disagree with your takeaway from this madness that ensued last night at Staples.
You believe LeBron James gets up for Jay Crowder?
I think the whole team got up for Jay Crowder because I'm going to drive this point home. All you have to do is one little finger swipe, one little keystroke on your keyboard, on your little phone or computer, wherever you are. All you have to do is hit the heart button. And you have just shot yourself right in your own heart. Because what he liked was suggesting what I screamed at you all through the finals and after the finals. That ring that you guys won last year was made of, what did I say? Cubic zirconia.
Yeah.
I even had one. I had a ring. I don't know what happened to it. Somebody stole it. It was pretty valuable. Yeah, somebody stole it from my dressing room because it looked real, but it was cubic zirconia. And the point was nobody knows better than Jay Crowder that when Miami finally got to the Lakers in the finals as a fifth seed, they had lost Goran Dragic, their leading playoff scorer, and in the midst of game one, they lost their heart and soul. Bam. Kabam, he was gone. Shoulder injury, I don't know. He's never the same the rest of the way. He tried to come back and play. Dragic tried to come back to play, and it was even more embarrassing than Chris Paul was last night. So the point is that when you do that, now you have questioned the Lakers' manhood, their authenticity from a year ago. It's the single stupidest thing you could do going into a game 3 when you are tied 1-1 in their house. You cannot hit the like. You cannot hit the heart.
Can I ask you a question, Skip? Do you believe Jay Crowder would have said his ring wasn't real if they had beaten the Lakers?
No, well, obviously not. And the irony of this is you're kind of discounting your own team. You're undercutting because you were on that team that they beat, right? Okay, so, but the point is you're up against it already. Listen, Chris Paul, I try to, you know, I try to go with this. I try to say, oh, he's okay. And he made a couple of shots in the first half that were reasonably impressive.
Right.
He's a sad shell of himself. He can't do anything. He barely played in the second half because he just can't go.
Skip, why not rest him and give him 72 hours to try to recover? Because what good is that, Skip? What good is it playing the first half?
I don't know. You were correct about that. Just sit him down.
Right.
And yeah,
get him as healthy as you
let's put this
possibly
back in because you know and I know what a stinger is. You've experienced one. Okay. This was not just a stinger because you know and I know it comes and it comes hot and hard and then it goes.
They don't normally linger like that.
They do not linger. Something went really wrong. He's got some cervical issue in his disc. I don't know if he needs a surgery to correct it, but he's getting the shooting pain consistently down his arm to the point he is injured. He wasn't just hurt. A stinger is you get hurt, but this is injury, right? So you can fight through the stinger. It's not pleasant, as you well know, but you can shake it off after a while and go forward. He can't go forward. Look at what he's doing so far. He's averaging 6.7 points a game in 3 games and 6.3 assists in 3 games. For the year, he averaged 16 and 9. He was in the MVP conversation, am I right?
Yes.
What was that team without him a year ago? Well, they won their last 8 games in the bubble.
They still missed the playoffs.
They missed the playoffs because going into the bubble, they were 26 and 39. That's no Chris Paul. That team you saw last night was your basic 26 and 39 Phoenix Suns. Because he is their heart and soul. He is their driving force. He can't do anything. Look
and he had the worst plus minus of anybody that touched the court last night.
Thank you very much. And in the second half, he scored 0. So it's like he got shut down in the second half. He's mostly wearing his warm-ups.
Skip, he can't shoot outside of 6, 7 feet.
He can't shoot. He's 3 of 6 from the free throw line. He led the NBA in free throw shooting at 93%.
He did.
He can't even do that. So it's pathetic to watch. It's disqualified. It's over. It's a joke. It's a cakewalk. And yet, you know, the other guy I try to love on the Phoenix Suns is Devin Booker. I keep trying to crown him. I want him to be a superstar. He's clearly a star. But he can't shoot threes. He's deadly from mid-range. But if you step him back 1 or 2 more steps from the mid-range, he's 34%. So far in these 3 games, he's 4 of 14 from 3. And if you look at what he did last night, it wasn't.
He's not efficient either.
No, he's 6 of 19 last night and 1 of 4 from 3.
He was 7 of 17 the other night.
He was, and it's not good enough. He could torment you the way Steph tormented you in the play-in game. He could make you sweat. Devin's not making anybody sweat, right? The book on book is after 20 feet, he can't shoot. So they're daring him to shoot after 20 feet. And they double him sometimes, but they weren't just all over him last night.
He's trying to get to his mid-range, or he's trying to get into the basket, draw fouls.
Okay, so my point is, he's not hot. Chris Paul is just not. And what would possess Jay Crowder to do that? Because once you go kaboom on that little heart, now you've sent a message. You guys were frauds last year. Really? Oh, okay. Now you're playing the first playoff game in what's it been, 8 years at Staples? Well, you can't tell me they didn't know that, because look at the USA Today story. That they did not make an issue of this on television, and I couldn't hear it, but the USA Today story from Mark Medina, who was, I assume, at the game, shortly after the game started, Laker fans started chanting insults at Crowder. Thankfully, the fan behavior did not mimic what happened in Philadelphia and at the Knicks games, and he didn't mention Utah, but the point